So we're gonna. All right. Happy Thursday to everybody. I'm excited today. I think really because the word of the day was really a challenge for me. Man, Coach, you're exactly right. It was a challenge, and but I'm excited that I took the challenge and went into it. And I actually picked the word. So, but it was a lot harder for me than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like a really easy word. So I want to welcome all our guests. We've got guests tuning in for the first time today. Remember, we just want to tell you that this is a power source for all of us, right? Me and Coach Myra Miles decided to do this every morning, same time, same place, across the spectrum. This is not about one thing, about one business, about anything. It's about a power source of something positive to jumpstart our day, okay? So we decided to pick a word of the day, a word each day, and do it Monday through Friday. So today's word is average. Average. Now, I picked it because I am one that I have always said, I do not want to be average. I didn't want to be. My dad was a business owner and he raised us. His major quote, ever since I was a kid, I taped it in the locker where I played football. And I taped it in my locker as a coach. The same message, the same paper I had as a player. I kept it through the years. Today, my son's got it written on his mirror in his bathroom. And he always said, be better today than you were yesterday. Be better tomorrow than you were today. And that was the first thing I thought of when I thought about the word average, because average to me, if you really look at the definition in the form that I want to talk about, is mediocre. It's a very, one thing that they say in the dictionary, a very average director who made very average movies. So we can kind of relate it to our life. Did I want to be an average head coach? Well, he's just kind of average, mediocre. No. So I've been a proponent, but then it drew me in when I started looking at this, and I thought, I got to look up because I believe in cutting yourself open a little bit and self-reflecting and going, okay, what's some common characteristics of average people? Ooh, I might not like this. Brent might not like this. So average people waste time. I got to be honest with you. I have wasted time during this quarantine. I've got caught in some rabbit trails of wasting time. I'm just being honest. Average people are always broke. One characteristic. Average people talk more than they act. Average people focus on the past. They live in the past. Average people think inside the box. They want to be told what to do. They think inside. They don't want to venture outside of the box and make their own decisions and make their own, like come up with things, even if it does not work. Average people have unfinished projects all the time. All the time, average people have unfinished projects. Average people choose average lives. They just start settling. And as I looked at that, I had to self-evaluate and go, hey, Brent, I believe we have to every 90 to 120 days evaluate ourselves and go, who you hanging around, right? Have the people you hang around, maybe they changed a little bit. Sometimes that starting running back, week 3 is not your starting running back. He got hurt. Got to get that second string ready. And so I got to thinking about that this morning. If I'm jumping around, it was tough. And I really asked myself the question. I wrote down right here, just so you see. I wrote down, Brent, are you making your mark in this world we live in? Because I think average people don't make marks. They say they're going to, but they don't make marks. And so I believe if you want to make a mark, Brent, if you want to make a mark, you can't be average. You can't be mediocre. And so I got to thinking about that, and I thought, how can I refuse to be average? And I'm going to turn this to Coach after this, but I challenge you to challenge yourself. How can I refuse to be average? Well, read a chapter a day in a book. That's just a little thing that creates a big thing over time. You can set yourself apart from being average. I can, by reading a chapter a day in a book of leadership, mindset, things out there. That's what above average people do. I can exercise on a daily basis. If it's just getting my push-ups in, if it's just getting my walk in, if it's just running, I'm not talking about 3 hours, just get exercise. That's what above average people do every day, 7 days a week. Above average people, they get a core group of like-minded people together, and they're always evaluating that core group. Sometimes they get ousted because they're not the same as they were 3 months ago. They're always evaluating that core group. Above average people have checks and balances for themselves, and they're honest with themselves. They go bed at night and they're running checks and balances of, did they compete at a high level today? Were they better today than they were yesterday? And the last thing is, above average people, they truly compete with themselves on a daily basis. They say the quote I said earlier, I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday. 1% better today than I was yesterday. And I'm going to lay my head down tonight knowing I made a mark. I made a mark on this world. That's what average meant to me this morning. Thank you, Coach. I'll turn it to you.
Good job, Coach. You know, it's really crazy that I truly had a hard time with this word. And we think about this word all the time. We talk about average, but when Brent sent that to me, I was like, yeah, that's good. It won't be that difficult. But when I started trying to prepare for it, it was more difficult. So I challenge you to really dig into this. So first of all, for my buddy Adam, for you, I've got my TNT Fireworks hat on today. I was afraid you wasn't going to get on, so I saw you, but I'm glad you're on. But thanks for being a part today, guys. And Brent and I I'm going to duplicate some of the things he said, but do you remember, I can't remember what that was, when I talked about the quitter, the camper, and the climber, you know, mediocre was right there, and the campers thing. Well, that's kind of what average is. Average, in everything I looked at, said it can also be called mediocre. Mediocrity isn't something to be ashamed of if you're okay with being average. You know, but who's okay with just being average? A lot of us are. I am not okay with that, but let's be honest. We've been average. At times we've been above average, and at times we're below average. So we have to try to find that consistency of where to be above, one little step above. But in order to avoid this mediocrity of being average, here's just a few things. Brent said one of them already. Read a chapter a day into something. One thing that I learned when I was in the coaching world and administrative world is the best motivational books that I came across were somehow tied in with business. Business books helped me as far as a motivation. Now, there are obviously business motivational books, but they tied in really well together. So find you a book, read on how you're going to live, read a chapter, and reserve 30 minutes a day. Whether it's going out, and when I say reserve 30 minutes a day for you, I'm talking about just your time. It is important that you have your private, personal time. It helps you really get level. It helps you really get redirected on what your thought process is. And here is something that if we all do this every day, y'all, we're going to absolutely rock it every single day. Is if we challenge ourselves to learn something new every single day. You know, how many of us rock along every day and we just get caught up in our routine of go, 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 and we really didn't learn anything new because we just got used to that. Learn one thing new every single day. And this is another key that I found out finally as I've gotten in my 50s. Set small, easy goals. I think where I looked at this on the list that I found, it was just something as simple as make yourself get out of bed at a certain, or get in the bed for you to succeed. And set a simple, small goal daily. You're going to always have your upper ones, but get something that you can get every single day. You know, and Brent said this, and I think this could be the most important thing to help us to stay away from being mediocre, stay away from being average. Have an accountability group, which I truly look as part of my group, but you have to have people around you that share similar goals. I always talk about you have to have like-minded people in your circle. So let's strive today, as Coach said, 1% better. Let's get 1% than we are average. But you know what? Sometimes we do fall down, but the key is to focus, get up in the rearview mirror, and stay focused, and let's work to be above average every day. So
Coach,
that's all I got today, y'all. I challenge you all to get somebody to the table, because it's going to be a fun guest. I'm really excited. Obviously, we're trying to bring very successful, motivational people that have been successful, high school level, college level, national level, business successful. So stay tuned in the morning, and I surely can't wait.
Coach, it's going to be an amazing morning, and thank you for all that you put into this. Guys, bring someone back with you tomorrow. I'm going to give, I know it's going to be just a little bit, but I want to give away a book, because as Coach Myra Miles was talking, we both mutually have a great friend, just a good person, good heart. And his name's Pete Key, Mansfield Key. And he's got a book that I read several years ago. It's called Keys, ABCs to Leadership. Coach, have you had it? You probably have gotten that book, and I know I have, but I want to give somebody a copy away today. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's
perfect.
It's an awesome read, and it's one of those things that you can just do a little bit every day, read a little bit every day there. I'm going to give it away. Let's hashtag not average. We're not going to be average. We're a core group that's going to excel. We're above average. So hashtag not average in the comments. I'm going to give somebody away this book. I'm also going to give it away tomorrow after our mystery guest speaks, and it is a phenomenal read. So hashtag not average. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Andrea Rosser, who do we have as a winner?
We have Nathaniel Martin.
Okay.
Nate Martin, Denver, Colorado.
All right.
You are absolutely going to love this read. Keys, ABCs to Leadership. It's coming your way. Send your address to Andrea Rosser. We're mailing you a copy of that book. And I'll tell you again, Coach, thank you for this morning, guys. We're grateful for you. Thank you for tuning in. And let's go rock Thursday. Find somebody today, make them have a better day because you showed up.